Welcome to Underworld UK, where Britain's darkest stories are brought to light. From the gritty streets of gangland London, Liverpool, Manchester and Birmingham, from Curtis Warren to the Cray twins to county lines and modern-day true crime, we cover everything. Bringing you new videos every week. Subscribe so that you'll be notified when the next video is put out.
A first-year university student was stabbed to death by a man wielding a 21 centimetres knife who called himself a bad man, a court heard. Henry Nowak, 18, was walking home from a night out with his football team when he was allegedly confronted by 23-year-old Vickrum Digwa. Southampton Crown Court heard that Mr. Nowak, a first-year university student from Essex, was recording Snapchat videos for his friends when he encountered his killer. Mr. Digwa is on trial for murder following the incident in Belmont Road, Southampton, on December 3rd last year. He is further charged with carrying a knife in public, while his mother, Kiran Kaur, 53, is accused of assisting an offender by removing the weapon from the scene. Opening the case for the prosecution, Nicholas Lobenberg KC said the victim's own mobile phone captured the moment he met his attacker. The jury was told that Mr. Digwa was openly carrying an extremely large Shastar knife in a sheath over his clothing. At midnight that night, Henry was dead, Mr. Lobenberg said. The prosecutor told the court that the student had been fatally stabbed with the very weapon Mr. Digwa had chosen to carry out onto the street. While no witnesses saw the physical struggle, neighbours were alerted by Mr. Nowak's cries that he had been stabbed and was dying. Tragically, Henry was right on both counts, the prosecutor remarked. The court heard that a wounded Mr. Nowak attempted to escape by climbing over a fence, leaving a trail of blood that suggested he had already been struck. Mr. Digwa is alleged to have aggressively pursued the teenager rather than seeking help for his injuries. Footage recovered from Mr. Nowak's phone, which was later found in the defendant's pocket, was played to the jury. In the recording, the student is heard singing and yawning before the camera pans to show Mr. Digwa walking away. Mr. Nowak is heard to say, "Init bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." The defendant is heard to reply, "I am a bad man," before the footage abruptly ends. The prosecution alleged that Mr. Digwa's mother was later seen on video taking the 21 centimetres blade back to the family home. When police arrived at the scene, Mr. Digwa claimed he had been racially abused and attacked by a drunken man. Mr. Lobenberg told the jury that the defendant offered no assistance to the dying student, instead accusing him of being a racist. Officers initially handcuffed the injured teenager and administered first aid before he collapsed and lost consciousness. Despite the efforts of a doctor who arrived by helicopter, Mr. Nowak was declared dead at the scene. A post-mortem examination revealed 4 stab wounds, including 2 to the back of the legs and a cut to the jaw. Forensic analysis found the victim's blood and fatty tissue on the knife, alongside DNA from Mr. Digwa's mother on the sheath. The court heard that, in addition to the 21 centimetres blade he was carrying, Mr. Digwa wore a smaller ceremonial kirpan around his neck. Mr. Lobenberg noted that while Sikhism obliges followers to carry a kirpan, the smaller blade satisfied any religious requirement. He argued that the defendant specifically chose to carry the much larger weapon on the streets of Southampton. In a prepared statement, Mr. Digwa claimed he acted in self-defence after Mr. Nowak launched a drunken, racist attack and pulled off his turban. The defendant told police he stabbed out twice while his hair was over his eyes, obscuring his vision. However, the prosecution pointed to footage showing Mr. Digwa's hair in a tight bun during the chase, only for it to be down when police arrived. "Why has he put his hair down for the arrival of the police?" Mr. Lobenberg asked. Jeremy Wainwright KC, defending, argued the knife was within the permitted length for a religious kirpan and asked jurors to consider who initiated the confrontation. The defence maintains that the prosecution must prove Mr. Digwa was not the victim of a racist attack. Nowak was walking in the area of Belmont Road in Southampton. Digwa alleged that Nowak was drunk and barged into him. Toxicological analysis in Nowak's autopsy found he was not legally impaired. Video recovered from Nowak's phone captured a brief exchange between the two men. Nowak can be heard saying "hello car" and singing to himself before yawning. The footage cuts to Digwa walking away from him. Sometime after, Digwa stabbed Nowak multiple times, including a fatal blow to the chest and additional wounds to his legs using the 21 cm 8-inch blade he was carrying. Prosecutors said that after being stabbed, Henry tried to get away by climbing onto a bin and then over a fence. However, he had already suffered fatal injuries, and a blood trail on the street indicated he was stabbed before attempting to escape. Police interviewed both men. Digwa stated that Nowak had started a drunken fight and racially abused him. Police then handcuffed Nowak, who reportedly told the police that he had been stabbed. Nowak's last words are said to be, "I can't breathe." When Nowak collapsed, they removed the cuffs and administered first aid, but Nowak died on the scene. Vickrum Digwa is on trial at Southampton Crown Court, accused of murder, manslaughter, and carrying a knife in public, all of which he denies. Judge William Mousley told jurors that he had also instructed the jury to consider a manslaughter charge as an alternative to murder. Explaining this, the judge said that if a person did not intentionally cause the fatal injury or did not intend to kill or cause serious harm, then they would not be guilty of murder. His mother, Kiran Kaur, 53, was also charged with assisting an offender by allegedly removing the weapon from the scene. She denied the allegation. The trial continues as of May 2026. Elon Musk offered to fund a wrongful death lawsuit against the British police officers who responded to a knifing incident. Robert Jenrick of Reform UK brought up the incident during Business of the House questions in the House of Commons. This is a video of what Robert said.
A student on a night out is stabbed multiple times with a 21 centimetre long knife. He's lying in a pool of his own blood, literally drowning in his blood. The police come to the scene. Instead of doing everything that they can to save his life, they handcuff and arrest the lad because there's an accusation of racial abuse. This is a scandal. Will the Home Secretary come to the House and say what she's doing to investigate the way the police conducted this matter? And can we have a debate on two-tier policing, which is doing so much to undermine respect for the police and for the rule of law in this country?
Even the Sikh community have shown their disgust in the murder. This is what they said. The British Sikh Federation, a collective of Sikh organisations and communities across the United Kingdom, expressed its deepest condolences for the tragic loss of life of Henry Nowak, an 18-year-old British university student who was stabbed by a Sikh man and later died from his injuries last December. This incident, as reported, does not align with the Sikh faith, the Sikh community, or the principles it stands for. The statement issued on the 22nd of May reads, adding that Sikh teachings are founded on compassion, justice, humility, responsibility, and service to humanity. We respectfully urge everyone to allow the judicial process to proceed fairly and without prejudice, and to refrain from drawing broad assumptions or judgments about the Sikh faith or Sikh religious practices based on an individual case. Concluding the statement, the Sikh Federation said that the Sikh community remains peaceful, well integrated, and a deeply valued part of British society, while calling on members to remain united, stay true to core values, and continue rejecting any form of division or negativity. Together, we move forward, the statement concluded. Today in court, prosecutors said Vickrum Digwa, 23, was skilled with blades when he murdered Henry Nowak, 18, having trained with them from a young age. In his closing speech, Nicholas Lobenberg KC, prosecuting, told jurors at Southampton Crown Court, "This is a man who chooses to sleep in his bedroom with an arsenal of weapons. This is a man who likes weapons. You know, he searches for them on his phone. Most importantly, he knows how to use weapons. He told you he has been training with weapons since he was 12. Jurors were also told that Mr. Digwa used racism as a trump card when police officers arrived so that they would arrest his alleged victim instead. In my opinion, Sikhs are good people with good values, and they contribute massively to this country, there is no doubt about that. But some viewers are questioning whether any religion should excuse the carry of a knife. So what are your opinion on this? Let me know in the comment section. Also, I would love to hear your opinion on the police handcuffing Henry, even though he had been stabbed, because they were scared of being labelled as racist. What is your honest opinion on that? Let me know. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you are into True Crime UK stories, click like and subscribe. Not only are you helping our channel grow, but you will be notified as to when we put a new video out. Thank you. See you next time.